Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to No Point Gaming. I'm your host Blindstone once again, and today we're going to take a look at the game Halcyon 6 Starbase Commander. This game is developed by a company in Toronto in Canada called Massive Damage. So what is Halcyon 6? It is a crew management, combat oriented, tactical combat oriented, similar to a JRPG. It has a bunch of different features. Bit of base building, not in your typical sense, but just organizing your starbase and everything. So, with that said, let's just go a quick look into the options. Sound, we can adjust the UI, the sound effects, the music, and all at once, which is nice. Gameplay, just a dev mode. I'm assuming it's for mod support. Who knows? I haven't actually looked that up. Hotkeys. These can be very, very useful. But it does not look like you can actually change them, which, I mean, is fine. They're fairly standard. So, luckily there. Graphics. You can set your resolution, full screen, lock frame rate, bloody mess. For those G-rated gamers. So, fairly standard. It is 2D. A lot of computers shouldn't have too much issue with it. So, let's hop in. Very nice details on the pixel graphics. I'm a big fan of pixel art. So, seeing this kind of stuff, they did a lot. They did really well. So, here we are. We have our star map. So, what do we do? What do we do? So we have these different planets that we can actually go to. It takes you, when you first start a game, it takes you to a tutorial that you can plow through. It gives you a rough idea on everything that you have to do, and as you kind of play along, you start understanding more and more on what you should be doing. So right now, I never actually stopped with this guy at home, so let's send our Starfleet home. So, our main Starfleet is at our star base. We can go take a look in our base, see the rooms that we have built. You have all these different rooms that you can send an officer in to explore. We might just do that quickly here. Yeah, we'll confirm this task. So we have an officer. Each task that each room has available, you have to send in an officer to perform that task. And different events can happen from it, which is kind of nice. So, what do we have here? You do need a certain amount of power. There we go. So, this room is giving us 20 power. And I also have another one over here somewhere. So, let's take a look at what we got. Because we got a couple tasks. We'll spend a bit of time doing this. Set up drone controls. So it costs 350 dark matter. We have 847. We got enough. I'm going to put my scientist in there. So, now I do have 5 officers. You can have up to 3 officers per fleet. So I actually have Corbin Lau, Nadir Kaya, and Lillian Galbraith. So that is a tactical officer, a science officer, and an engineering. It's nice to kind of mix those up because they can bounce off one another based on their skills. So speaking of skills, let's go right into that. So here we go, my tactical officer. So we got different skills. We got our space skills and our ground powers, which I should really upgrade soon. So with the space powers, they end up upgrading in different levels. As that officer levels up, you get skill points, your standard skill tree. So now with that said, this tactical officer has backstab, fire at will, and weapon supercharge. If we go into my other tactical officer, he has backstab, same, but into the fray, slightly different, and suicide run, which does not sound pleasant at all. So even though that you recruit different officers of the same type, they do have different traits. So, which is nice to know. I'm just going to get this set up. Faster ship. Yep. Let's get my engineer on that. Cadet barracks we need. So this requires level 4 officer or higher, which I do not have available. So we're going to have to recruit some crews. So your crews are just up in the top right. Same with a lot of your other information. So your drones, your crew, materials, dark matter, and fuel. If your crew reaches 0, which it can happen by other ships getting to your starbase and attacking it, you start losing crews, so if you don't deal with it fast enough. So that is good to know. I didn't realize that at first, and it's like, oh well, all my officers are busy doing stuff, and oh no. So need 200 crew members to recruit a new officer. So let's just get some more of this. 12 days. You know what? I'm not. Actually, you know what? No. Add officer. We'll add the science. So there's a little bit of that. That's your standard base building. When this finishes, time is frozen at the moment, which is very good because who knows what can actually happen when I'm not around, which is actually quite a bit. So once this builds, we can come back and we'll go into more details. There is tech research that you can do. So each one obviously gives different abilities. So this will give, these right here actually give us different ships that we can construct for our officers to use. So with that said, you know what? Let's get in. Star map. We are starting to get invaded by quite a bit of enemies that I need to deal with quick. But I just set all my officers up, so let's just pass by the time. Let's take a look. Oh no, we got another one. Okay, so that has one of the objectives of complete. We still got a couple more. Yep. We gotta level up on one of our guys. So, let's do suicide run. It does do a bit of damage to herself, or not damage, but it inflicts certain debuffs, which I'll get into once we actually start a combat. So let's just fast forward time. Acknowledge I don't have any of my spare officers doing anything. We just need this guy. Which, there he is. Acknowledge. Oh, no. Okay, let's go into the starbase again, because I do have this room available. Although we're getting low on power, we are using 96 out of 100. So, okay. I'm gonna leave that alone for now. We really need that science officer free. There is an autosave feature, which is probably saved my ass a few times. Acknowledge. Okay, so what kind of trouble are we in? Less than 1 day left. I don't think we're going to actually make it here. No, we aren't. We're going to try. So that fleet actually has nothing in it. So this is my standard fleet. This is your fleet kind of layout when you go to send a fleet to go somewhere. So we got my rogue ship piloted by my tactical officer, my acolyte, which is commandeered or commanded by Nadir, and my night ship, which is Lillian, my engineer. So let's launch forward. And yeah, I didn't make it there in time. There was so little time. That is bad. So successfully replicated 30 materials. Let's just continue that. That's continue time. We really got to close this portal, and we can do that by killing off that infection. So combat! Combat is all about exploits and inflictions. So each of these abilities you can see on the little tooltip that pops up, the name, the damage, and all that kind of stuff. And it also gives what it inflicts, and what if it does inflict anything, that is, and what it exploits. Now, This is very important because this is where most of your damage is actually going to come out of. So, to start off, I'm actually going to upload a virus to these 3 enemies, which is going to take their sensors offline, which will reduce their aim by 30%. It gives us more of a chance to actually not be hit. Now, you can right-click on each of these enemies and see what their vulnerabilities are and their resistances are to kind of help plan out your attacks. This is very important when you, for this guy example, if you start hitting him with all your weapons system interruptions and weapon disruptions, it's not going to do well. You're going to do very low damage. So these guys' sensors are offline. I do have something that exploits sensors offline, but I want them to start letting that debuff run out because it only lasts so many turns. I'm not going to do my harass, which exploits sensor offline, because I want that extra. I want them to miss. So let's just add this, which is essentially a dot. Takes the ship is sabotaged and taking 150% base damage over 4 rounds. So my engineer, which I can do a hull breach and inflicts vulnerable, I am going to set on this little guy, and we'll see if we can take the little guy first. So right there, evaded. That's the sensors offline, working already. So let's just do hull breach exploitation. That ship is gone. We only have 2 ships now that we have to worry about. Now they still do have quite a few ticks on their sensors offline, so I'm going to inflict engine down. It resisted it, however, so that sucks. Because then I'd use my flak barrage and my engineer to exploit the engines down. So, what do I want? Let's do a ship disabled. Okay. Now, I don't have too much on here. Weapon disruption is no good. Let's do a dark matter siphon, which can cause a crew panicked. So, they are going to have a hard time evading. They're all running around frantically. Alright, so we probably have 2 more ticks on our sensors offline. I could just start focusing on this guy. Exploit it. When you exploit a vulnerability, it will remove the debuff on them. This is why I was waiting. Let's do a hull breach. Little nanobots going up there. Nice little effect. Resisted that little attack. Okay. I'm going to put ships disabled on this. Oh, that was my doom weapon. Never mind. That puts on me. So, something that you should pay attention to, unlike I just did. Some of the things that you can, some of your moves, sorry, that you can inflict on others can do damage to yourself and cause other debuffs. Like I just put ship disabled and engine down on myself. That's not good. Let's just hit him with a photon cannon, explode him. We only got this guy. So yeah, here's a good example. Self gives hull breach. It inflicts and exploits things though, which is nice. I don't really have much. Let's put a hull breach on him as well. Using deconstruct, which can be used by photon cannon because it exploits that. Let's give him engines down so when we get back to our engineer, we can exploit that with our flak barrage. Okay. I don't have much on this guy. No point in doing that. He's so low. Alright. Let's do another crippling shot. Make the engines go down and exploit it with flak barrage again. And, oh, 14 health. Resisted that. I'm just going to cauterize this guy. Saves us from going back to Starbase and repairing. This should just knock him out. And there we go. Killed our first battle. Our rewards, we get 91 materials, 235 dark matter. Okay. After each kind of maneuver in the star map or anything finishing, it does stop the time, which is kind of nice because if you forget about it, you're area can be just swarmed with enemies, such as mine is, because I wasn't paying attention. So what do we got? This is our missions list of things to do. This is our notifications. We can actually probably clear all this. And we still have 10 days on our material replication. We need some more crew members, and we actually have a spot that's being invaded by an enemy ship, who actually don't seem that tough. Only 763 health is our highest one. Okay, you know what? Let's send our fleet. It's going to take 6 fuel. We are already out in the space on our star map, so we don't have to go back to our starship to explore anyone. So again, we're going to do sensors offline. This guy resisted, so that kind of makes me worried. So I'm going to just put engines down on him. Combat can get a little samey at times. However, I mean, it kind of works because of the variety of different weapons that you can get or skills. It can get a little overwhelming. I'm assuming these guys are no resistances. Alright, no resistances. What about you? No resistances. They're vulnerable to their breach. Okay, so you know what? Let's just do that. Ship disabled. Okay. Let's try getting the system's engine down again. Flak barrage, exploit that. We're going to cauterize this dude. They are not having any of this. Okay, so let's do a bit of harass on this bottom guy. He's nice low health. These guys do tend to heal as well, which is kind of annoying. But I mean, I guess we can heal too, so it's only fair. Stupid AI. Let's just take this guy out. Spike, we evaded. Hull breach, okay. Try and get my guys up to as much health as I can. Just do a hull breach on this guy, take him out so we only have to deal with the one. Just do a harass on this guy. I should have done the other one. Oh well. Okay. So let's take exploitation of the hull breach. Let's put engines down on this guy. Resisted, didn't do much. Okay. We're gonna cauterize hull on my science dude. Try to get the systems down. No, resisted, okay. So that's just going to be like that. He's just going to be a little pansy. Let's deconstruct him. And hit him with portal cannon to take advantage of that deconstruction. Okay. We're just going to harass him a little bit. Oh, 1 health. Oh well, we didn't get hit that turn, so that's nice. There we are. No battle done. Gained pro gamer. All those years playing games paid off. Damn right it did. Space combat aim 5%. Okay. So we are right here anyways. Let's pick up some... Wait, what? I'm not too sure what happened there. Okay, you know what? Let's just pick up a fleet here. Or some crew members anyways. So, each planet, I shouldn't say each, most planets have different things that they can do. They are useful. So, what are they useful for? This planet picks up refugees from the Federation. And you actually get crew members from it. You can view the facility or you can evacuate the facility if you want. And each of these have upgrades that you can do. So you know what? Let's deploy a satellite drone. Oh, we have to have an officer on it. That's probably a bad idea because I need my guys. Okay, so we gotta wait here. Almost complete. How am I? We got 9 days on that. Yeah, okay. We'll just acknowledge that. So, Something else. We got ship construction. Each type, your engineer, your science, and your tactical, have different ships that they can get. You can unlock new ships for them from doing research. Now, what is good about these extra ships and all that? They have different powers. So, I think I have his ship. So, you know what? Let's just go to Starship Management. Yes, he already has a ship. That's fine. Ship construction. We need one for my other science. So, you know what? Let us construct this ship. It does use crew members. It does use materials. Keep note, because your crew members will go down very, very quickly. You know what? I'm going to send a fleet. Oh, no, 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 no. I do not want to send. You know what? Let's just continue on. Let's finish this. There we go. We got a satellite drone going there. We are okay on health. You can evacuate each planet or sector, planet, for crew members. Let's see what's in most danger. This one down here, my material mine. It's only 2 guys. We should be able to take this out pretty easy. This is essentially right now Blindstone's cleanup. This ship is ready for deployment, so we have our new person on it. Okay. Let's take on these guys. Let's take their sensors offline. Resisted, we got one of them. Alright. Don't want to exploit that first. I want to... He resisted that. Damn it. Alright. Let's just do a hull breach on this guy and get him down as quick as possible. Nice little evade. Take advantage of that hull breach. I'm going to put my dot on this guy. So put sabotage. Through another hull breach on this guy. There we go. Inflicts vulnerable. Alright. Take the opportunity for that, and we're going to... Okay. That's sad. That is a sad day. Alright, so... perhaps I've been taking out the wrong guy. Yeah, I'm in a bit of shock. Let's cause some crew panic on this guy. Now, apparently there are multiple acts. I haven't quite made it there yet. I know during the tutorial phase it can be a little slow, but it does definitely pick up. There's lots of stuff to do that you can be doing. It is a little grindy, but I mean, for the style that they're going for, it works. It really does. So, at first I was a little iffy on it, and yeah, it caught my interest quite quickly. Man, these guys hurt. Okay, this is... Take out him. Okay. So what I've noticed also is when you get hit, and say it should be a hit that technically kills you, it keeps you at 1 health. So it gives you at least one turn. Unfortunately, that next turn was the enemy's turn. For me, but you get that 1 turn to kind of heal up. It's almost a chance to. So depending on your order. I'm really upset that I lost him. That makes me really sad. Let's just take out this guy and be done with him. Bastard killed my friend. My first officer, actually. It is a sad day. Yeah, I have a replacement. I was not expecting that. They yeah. No, that has enemies. Okay. Send a fleet. Send a new fleet. Yes, these two guys. Wait, what? Create new fleet. Other fleet. This is my name. Let's get my other tactician out there. We should actually... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stay here. No, I'm not. These guys can return home. Got a little bit of stuff. I want to go into my starbase. Because I do want to create another officer, because I was... No, I can't. Replace officer, okay. I need crew members. You know what? We are here. I do have a cadet barrack. Add officer, this guy, 14 days. What about you? 19 days. Okay, let's go back to the engineer. Alright, what can we do here? That's the officer quarter, can't do anything there yet. Alright. I'm gonna need a new ship for him too. Okay. I need to start gathering materials, and all my dark matter areas are gone. Yeah, so I don't think this game's gonna last much longer. It is... it's not a roguelite game, but you really have to pay attention before you get into the kind of trouble that I was. Storage boys. Okay. Beam down to surface. I was hoping for this, actually. So, bit of combat. So yeah, it's not a roguelike game. However, you really do have to pay attention to what you're doing. Green shirt. Bit of Star Trek humor in it. Instead of red shirts, it's green shirts. They tend to die pretty easily. So I do not know these guys' moves, so please bear with me. Resistant to psionic and vulnerable to electrical. Psionic blast. Let's just try this. Blood drive. Get him bleeding a bit. Oh, that was weak. You know what? Let's make him blind. Resisted. Okay, let's do something. Let's do something. There we go. He's blinded. Reduced aim. Come on. He's resistance to it, but I mean, I got nothing else. I made him confused, so I got that. Okay, he's not exposed. He's not bleeding. We want him to bleed. There we go. Get some damage over time. We got confused on him, so let's exploit that. And you know what? Again, psionic beam, even though he's resistant. Doesn't matter. Did enough damage. He is still standing with his head blown off. Good times. 79 cases of dark matter. We should return to the starbase now. All my stuff's getting destroyed. What planet is that? Etta. So, has 16 days left, and my troops are kind of everywhere. What do you got? 22 out of... Okay, you know what? That's good enough. Send a fleet. We got other fleet. Redirect. Where are you going? Ghost Head. They like Ghost Head, which is actually a fuel reserve for me. Let's leave. What do we got underway? 10 days. Okay. Send fleet, other fleet, redirect. This is not working. Why can I not go down here? Okay, well, whatever. I can redirect to this area. Because they're at max. A lot of these areas are max. Okay. So I've been hoping that something actually pops up, but I don't know if I'm actually gonna last that long. Yeah, okay. Return home. Try and combine these fleets up so I can start taking care of this disaster that I'm in. Okay. Let's view. Actually, no, I need my ship management. You know what? I need to take care of this guy. Do I have... Yes. So I need him, my engineer, and my acolyte scientist. Launch. Your officers, would you... Yes. Repair all ships. Show location. Yeah, damn it. Okay. So I think I'm definitely gonna have to restart this game for my personal playthrough. Resisted, okay. We are resisted, okay. Let's see. Hull breach. Okay. Let's get his crew going mad so he can't evade. No. Yeah, okay, so he's just gonna keep doing that. He's keep resisting that. So exploit that hull breach. So it is a very fun game. There is a lot of stuff to it. A lot of stuff that I probably haven't even touched in my personal playthrough yet. Which is kind of hilarious to think about because there's quite a bit already. So it can be a little overwhelming at times. But it takes it in a little slowly, so it works. I mean, I'm not the best strategy player. I actually suck at them, and I'm not afraid to admit that. That's why I enjoyed Pit People quite a bit, the beta anyways. It's simple to the point. And I mean, where this isn't simple per se, it's easy to get a grasp on compared to other strategy games. And I mean, in the end, this is a strategy game. You really have to pay attention to where your fleets are going. You got to pay attention to how many days and what kind of things that you can afford to lose and what you can't, unlike I have, which is just another proof that I suck at strategy games. Okay. So we saved a little fleet there. So it is quite fun. I'm having a blast playing it. It is one of those games where I get home from work and I go pick it up and it's like, okay, I'm just going to play for an hour, then I got to get some work at home done, and then I end up getting yelled at because I'm playing this for longer than an hour than I should have. It's like, okay, just one more, I'm going to take care of this and be on my merry way. Well, that doesn't always happen. We just got another thing. We really have to close down that portal, but I do not have a team strong enough for it. So, with that said, I think that is a good point to stop. Halcyon 6 Starbase Commander. Very fun game. It is a little slow to start, but I mean, get past that, it really starts to pick up. There's lots of things to do, lots of things to be doing. We haven't even touched these other factions that are in here, which it's kind of neat because they will come into your... let me just back out here. They will come to this area, which is your approach. And they'll come there and they'll sometimes video in, or they'll try blasting you away so they can take over your ship, your starbase rather. And when they come in, they'll appear at your station bridge and they'll be on camera saying a bunch of things. It has a bit of a story-ish theme to it. Had one guy trying to say that he's willing to buy my starbase because it looks like we're going out. The whole story is back so many years ago, the Federation, you guys, are very wealthy, very well known, and you control this massive army. However, they receive a distress call from one of their allies, and they go out there and aliens start this is going to sound weird saying aliens start invading, but aliens start coming out of these portals, and a lot of the Federation got obliterated. So those left on the Halcyon 6 starbase are left to control it. So a lot of people out in the solar system know this. So they want your starbase and sometimes try and take it over, and sometimes they offer to buy it. You have different situational choices. Even when you're doing tasks in here, you get some situational choices where you have to decide, okay, do you want to do this or that? For an example, I have no, that's dark matter creation. Where is it? Right down here. A materials replication building room, and I had a guy named O'Brien who fell into the replicator, and I had a choice: stop production and rescue him safely, leave him be, or we could try and replicate him. And I was lucky enough to roll well on the RNG. I'm assuming it's an RNG roll, that I ended up getting 50 crew members because I replicated him 50 times. They weren't sure that it actually worked with organic matter, but apparently it does. So I got 50 extra crew members that way. It was fantastic. It was hilarious. And the description said something like they were all very confused at one another and they didn't know what to do. They were a little freaked out, but aside from that, they seemed normal. So, healthy cloning. We promote this. So there you have it, Halcyon 6, Starbase Commander. It is a fairly cheap game. You can pick it up on Steam now. It was an early access game, out of early access. Full releases now. So, if you enjoyed this game, preview, first impression, whatever you want to call it, check it out. Pick it up on Steam. Very, very nice game, very fun. You can get lost in it quite often. I don't mean where am I, but more time flies by very quickly. So, with that said, I've been Blindstone, and this is No Point Gaming. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you enjoy content, think about hitting that subscribe button. We love you, and we love you very much if you subscribe. So that is all. You guys take care, and have fun. Happy gaming.